It's absolutely rotten outside and has been rotten now for nearly a month. We've had rain, snow, wind, and that's made the garden into a bit of a boggy mess. So today I'm looking forward to the back lane veg patch that I'm making this year, and I want to look at how I can plan indoors in an easy way that you probably remember from doing at school. I know my garden is roughly 50 foot by 10 foot, and drawing it out on a piece of paper like this, on a graph paper, and one square equaling 1 foot, gives me an idea of the space I'm working with, and it's a really great way of starting to visualize the space. Now you need to start thinking beds. And again, rather than draw them out onto the paper and having to scrap each piece of paper every time or using tracing paper to go over the top, I've done something quite nifty, which is I've cut out several shapes of beds that I want. So I know I want raspberries in this new plot, and I know I need a compost and water area. And I've decided that that has to have a trellis behind it to mask it off so people don't see it. So I then have a choice of where I want to put it on the plot, and I can start to shift it around. Do I want it on the edges? Because again, I could add trellis to the edges for them to grow up. And then when I'm walking in the path, which is on the outside, I don't get trapped by the raspberries. Now, we all know that beds have a rotation system. Here I've got a 3-bed rotation system, and these beds are 6 foot by 10 foot. So I've decided, well, where can I put them? Again, I've put trellis at this end, so you think, well, maybe I'll just pop it down here, or then this one down here as well. But then I'm crushing myself here, I've no path, so I'm going to move it up. There you are, I've got a 2-foot path now between. The only problem is now is that I've got no way of getting to the rest of the garden. Now that's not a biggie because I can go out and through the path and down this side, or I can go out this way, and it gives me a chance to put an arch across. See, already I'm thinking about ideas. Then you think, well, I want my rotation beds. Do I want them all close to each other? Do I want the problem of viruses spreading from one bed to another, or pests or diseases? Maybe I should put the final rotation bed far away, or maybe I should move this one completely and put it up here too, or maybe halfway down the plot so I can stagger it. But straight away I notice I've got a problem. I've now only got a 1-foot path between, and that's not great for using a wheelbarrow. So we move it back. We prefer it down here. Now I could, if I wanted to, just have loads of 6 foot by 10 foot beds all the way up the plot. But then I don't need a 6 foot, 10 foot bed for raspberries. I certainly don't need them for salads. It's a bit of a waste of space doing that. So maybe I want to now move this back down here. But then again, I'm blocked it up. So I've got to move it somewhere around here. So I think there's quite a good place for it. Still got my 2-foot bed. But now I want smaller beds. So here we have a small bed that's 3 by 6. And we go, well, where can that go? Can it go there? Well, I've now got only 1 foot square. So I've only got a 1 foot path. So no, it can't go there. But it possibly could go up here. So I've got a small bed there. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe I want to introduce some more fruit into my garden. Maybe I want strawberries, but in a raised bed. And I mean a raised bed on legs. Keeps it away from the pests. Also means it's easy to tend to and harvest. So maybe with this one, I can have a 1 foot path between because I've got nothing underneath. Which then leaves me with 2 small beds. These are like the beds in the potager, but wider. So these are 4 by 5. And again, they pop in there nicely, right in front of the compost heap. And the great thing about being there, because they're only annuals that are going in here, I can, when I'm turning the compost, pop the compost onto here. So I'm thinking ahead. And straight away, I'm thinking, arch there, arch here. in between. I'm also thinking, because I'm putting trellis, I could put trellis all the way round this plot, and this does several things. It keeps out the rabbits that we have up here, and it also keeps out pests and problems, and lowers wind problems as well. That's the end. I can move all these around any configuration I want. So again, I can take these out and go, well, you know what? I'm going to have all my rotation beds down here. They're really the factory of this system. They're the ones that we produce in most of the crops that I need to tend most. Maybe I want to put then the compost heap up here. Then I can have 2 arches. So I can grow more beans if I want to over those arches. And then maybe I'm thinking, you know, I don't mind popping in and out of paths and going back and forth. So I can put my raspberries there on that side. And I can put my raspberries right at the end up here. And then I can do a different configuration. I could then choose to have a small bed here. Small bed there. Small bed there. And then possibly put another small bed here, same shape, and just have 1 strawberry bed. Or maybe I'll put the other strawberry bed there. But straight away I'm thinking it's a bit higgledy-piggledy, especially for moving a wheelbarrow through. I'd struggle. Certainly I'd get it round here and down there, but in between, when I'm harvesting raspberries, I've only got a 1 foot path. I'm going to trip there. So this is the beauty of cutting out your beds beforehand and having a go. That's how you can do a really simple plan. And the great thing about it is that you can just leave it on the table somewhere. And as you're walking past, just take a little look at it. Make your decisions, move things around, cut beds smaller, make beds larger. But the great thing is that you don't have to go out and do it straight away. You can just take a couple of months to plan, decide the shape of your garden, and then when you're happy with it on paper, and I mean 100% happy, you've thought of everything from wheelbarrows to where you've got to put things, whether you want pots that you can move around, then you can order everything you need. And it'll save you a fortune, and you won't end up with a problem at the end where I've got loads of wood left over, or I don't have enough wood to make all the raised beds I wanted to do, or the raised bed that I made was too small, too short. In this plan you can say, you know, I want that bed higher because of my disability, which is where I come from. I want that bed higher because it just makes it easier, and we want to be able to garden in a way that is comfortable. So use the plan. Put it on a table, walk past it a few times, something catches your eye, you know something has to be done about it. If you enjoy these films from us, please like and subscribe. We're here most Saturdays, so you can find us here online. You can like and subscribe below or above with a little bell, and that way you'll get notified when there's a new film. Until next time, bye bye.